Hello, thank you for watching. This is a video on disclosure. I have just come back from a yoga retreat and I had a big download in the sound bath. Lauren, today's the day you've got to do the disclosure video because I have been thinking about doing this for a little while now. I'm going to talk to you about what disclosure is. I'm going to talk to you about what I think disclosure looks like. I'm going to weave in the importance, oh my god, did you just see that? I'm going to talk to you about the importance of discernment. And you know, as I mentioned discernment, this video, the views shared in this video are my thoughts, my experiences, my beliefs. Take what you want, the bits that you want, and the bits that you don't, that's fine. I'm going to briefly talk about Project Bluebeam. And then I'm going to ask our star family through the Galactic Heritage Cards, what do we need to know right now, today, when it comes to discernment? Not discernment, sorry, disclosure. It's the Saturday, the 27th of June, 2026. Let's see in 6 months' time, 12 months' time, how accurate this video is. Okay, so disclosure. Disclosure in a nutshell is humanity, human beings having contact with our, oh look, this is jog, having contact with our star family. Basically, the kind of revelation that we are not alone in the universe. If you've been kind of awake, I don't really like that phrase anymore, but if you've been awake, conscious for a while, you will understand that humanity, we are not alone in this universe, far from it. And you'll know that humanity, human beings as we know them, didn't originate on planet Earth. We kind of come from further away. So disclosure is basically us having contact with our star family, and then our true history is revealed to us. God, can you imagine the archaeology police are going to have a field day, aren't they? They're going to have a field day in the near future. So some people, when it comes to disclosure, they talk about spaceships landing on planet Earth. Somebody I know-ish, kind of know them, did a video this week, or they did a post this week, talking about how spaceships are going to land on planet Earth towards the end of this year. I mean, I do believe that's already happening, and I do think that is going to happen, but I don't think disclosure is going to come through mass spaceships landing on Earth, it being televised. I don't believe that. I believe the complete opposite to that, if I'm being truly honest. I certainly don't think disclosure event is going to be a White House press conference, Hollywood style. Hey, we're not alone. Here are alien friends. I don't believe that. I don't believe Project Bluebeam is going to happen. So Project Bluebeam is a kind of fear-mongering conspiracy theory where the governments of the world are going to literally project simulated alien visuals across the planet to make it look like we're having a mass invasion. I don't believe that. I believe disclosure is already happening. I believe disclosure is happening at an individual level, but it's happening across the planet with a huge number of people on the planet right now. I think disclosure or contact is going to come through astral traveling. I think people are going to be visited, are going to have visitation type experiences more astrally rather than physically. So this could be like visions, this could be if you're in meditation or even in the sleep state, you have these really vivid kind of like dreams and visuals of perhaps being on a spaceship, perhaps being on another planet, having communication with aliens. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what I believe disclosure is going to look like. I believe it's already happening. I know that I had my own disclosure events as a child, but I'd suppressed them, and it's only quite recently that I've started to remember those. I think a lot of people will be having experiences like that. I did have a visitation event, oh god, it's about 5-6 years ago now. I remember it was at the peak of the COVID days. I found COVID really hard because I obviously didn't believe any of the nonsense that we were told on the news, that sort of stuff. And I had visitations from the Syrians, and then I since discovered through the Akashic records that I had lots of lives. Kind of my soul originated in Vega, but then had lots of incarnations in Sirius. I believe that's what disclosure is going to look like. More and more of us are going to have these really surreal experiences, and so many of us are going to be having them that they can't be ignored. That's what I think disclosure will look like. Don't forget the laws of the galaxy, Galactic Federation, that sort of thing. There's the law of free will, the Galactic Federation, the councils, for example, aren't allowed to interfere. They're not allowed to come down to planet Earth and be like, hey, we're here, we're going to save you, it's going to be amazing. They do have to leave us to our own devices and wait for humanity to awaken, kind of like organically. That's happening. I mean, look at how many people are awake. I wouldn't have been doing this video 10 years ago. I wasn't on this page 10 years ago. So that's what I think disclosure is going to look like. I think people will see UFOs or UAPs. I keep hearing this UAP acronym. I've written this down because I didn't know what it meant. Unidentified anomalous phenomena. So if you hear the phrase UAPs, it's just another acronym for UFOs. I think more people are going to start seeing strange things in the sky. Again, I don't think a Hollywood TV crew or film crew will be involved. And actually, you know, when it comes to your discernment, I would be very cautious of anything that's fed to us officially through governments, through the media. Oh my God. Please use your discernment if the bloody BBC or Fox News do this big announcement. Hey, we did a press conference, we've got some aliens here. It's like, please use your discernment. Remember all the nonsense the traditional mainstream has been pushing out for a long, long time. Anything they talk about when it comes to disclosure, kind of take it with a pinch of salt. I can't remember if I've spoken about Project Bluebeam. If I'm repeating myself, I'm so sorry. I don't think I think I haven't I spoken about Project Bluebeam? I don't think Project Bluebeam's going to happen. I don't think we're going to have these big projected visuals of spaceships, alien invasion. I think that's just more fear-mongering. I don't think that's going to happen. So I'm going to ask the cards, because I've been waffling on for 8 minutes already. Galactic Heritage Cards, amazing cards. If you resonate with being a starseed, please get yourself these cards. They're amazing. I have prepared the cards. I've kind of cleansed them. I'll give them another little shuffle. And the question I'm asking is, what does our star family want us to know when it comes to disclosure? Oh, the card's just fallen out. Oh, the card that fell out. So if cards fall out, if you're ever working with cards, if a card falls out, you must pay attention to that card, more than just picking a card naturally. We've got birth and expansion, Lyra past. I mean, wow, this card is fascinating. So Lyra, the Lyrans, this is where humanity as we know it originate from. We originate from Lyra, the home of human consciousness, discussed in various ancient texts. The Hindu ancient texts, the Vedas, for example, talk about Lyra or Vega, but Vega within the Lyra constellation as being the home of human consciousness. So I think it's our Lyrans, the Lyrans. I think those of us that had our soul that originated in Lyra, that could be Vega as well, including myself. My soul originated in Vega. I think we are going to have more and more, people like us are going to have much more of these kind of remembrance, disclosure, events, visitations. That is how I feel disclosure is going to happen. That is the message from the Lyrans right now. It's the don't trust what's fed to you through kind of like the old traditional mainstream media. You can see like the figure in this card. I work with symbology and cards. This figure here is kind of holding this smaller figure here. That could almost be our Lyran star family. That's us, and they are holding us and they're nurturing us right now as this disclosure and awakening and remembrance is happening. And actually as well, birth and expansion. We are birthing disclosure. We are birthing right now the remembrance of where we come from, of our star family that are up there right now. And by doing so, by each of us individually having these unique experiences, it's going to help humanity ascend. It's going to help with that expansion, and it's going to be like a domino effect. I mean, I doubt anybody I know will watch this video, and none of my family will watch this video. If they watch it, they think Lauren really has lost her shit. But where it's a domino effect, you know, I'm one person. I know people will watch this that kind of are having similar experiences as I am. And as more and more of us have these experiences, like I was saying, in your dreams, astral traveling at night, it's going to spread like wildfire, and more of us are going to start having these experiences. So that's kind of my, I thought it'd be a short video. I can talk. This is my video on disclosure. Don't believe it's going to come from the media. I don't trust anything from the government, if I'm being really, well, I don't believe anything governments tell us. They're not here to look after us. They're not here to protect us. I don't believe anything that comes from them. I mean, Trump, was it May? Trump released some of the UFO files. I mean, that's had zero coverage, hasn't it? Zero coverage. Can you believe it? Yes, that's what I think disclosure is going to look like. More of us individually having our own individual experiences, but when you kind of, the sum of all the parts, it's going to be more and more of us having it. It's going to just keep happening. I'd love to know what you think of this video. Does it resonate with you? Have you had your own visitation experiences? Have you had your own kind of like disclosure yourself? Have you had vivid dreams and spaceships? Have you had dreams on you're on another planet and you're kind of chatting to, could be humanoid, could be, they could look very human, could be you're having contact with the Pleiadians, Targetans in particular. It could be you're having contact with those from Alpha Centauri, for example. Maybe you're having kind of visitations by slightly less human looking members of our star family, the Irma, the Lion people of Lyra, the Nomo, the mermaids of Sirius. I'd love to know. If you have gotten to the end of this video, I would really appreciate a subscribe, give the video a like, and if you've gotten this far, thank you so much. Bye.